2025 Hot Wheels was insane. We saw some of the best castings in years with genuinely unfathomable amounts of detailing. So these are the standout 2025 castings that I couldn't stop myself from getting explained. Ford Mustang GTD. Let's start at the front. You get headlights which look like the real deal. They didn't skimp out on the hood at all. You get the hood vents and these two aero pieces here. The radiator grille is made from the interior black plastic which wraps around the entire car, which means you guessed it, we get a grey base. The base is not very detailed and I guess it's because the car is sitting so low. That metal flake silver, man. I don't think there will ever be a better color variant for this. Not even that super in 2026. The wheels are a recreation of the actual wheels. Let's go. I don't know what you'd call these fins, but I could not be happier that Hot Wheels molded them down. You can see they recreated all the lines from the handle to the door, through to the hood and even in the window piece. We also get the rare treatment of side mirrors. The wing definitely looks unproportional, but trust me, it's better like this in 1/64 scale. The taillights, like come on dude. They even recreated the GTD and the grille onto the metal. This thing looks perfect from every angle. It's a, drumroll please, 10 out of 10. Mazda MX-5 Miata. Straight away, that front just pops. That box on the left, which I'm guessing is an intake, is kissed to accuracy. Those four lights are the window piece, really nice. Again, we get the rare treatment of side mirrors. The additional body kit done to the real Miata is a secondary piece on the casting. The wheels fit the futuristic but also old vibe of the model, which makes sense when you know the actual Miata is heavily inspired from cyberpunk. My friends instantly got the vibe while knowing nothing about the Chimera. The Japanese writing on the side translates to Tofu Auto Works, which is the company that produced this Miata. The back just has this lovely red bar. The back window piece I love because of those lures and the massive fin. The base is also pretty nice, it's another 10. Literal perfection. Keep in mind I've got the recolor here. Morgan Super 3. It's Mr. Weird. This has got to be the first three-wheeler from Hot Wheels in at least a long time. I think the front is where this casting shines. It definitely loses some details and clarity in 164, but still nice. It's charming. Same thing with the interior. The interior extends to make the window that does not look like a window. I have no clue what to say about this little weirdo. The thing looks wildly unproportional, but again, that's kind of the point. A three-wheeler is never gonna look normal or correct, so I guess that's a win. The wheels are pretty nice. They do match the real wheels. In fact, the Hot Wheels wheel looks much nicer than the original. The back wheel is just shit. I guess we should just appreciate them even putting it there. It's more of a showpiece than an actual rollable wheel. The base is also lackluster. Everything just points to this being a half-finished showpiece in my opinion. There isn't much they could have reasonably put on the back, just because the casting is so weird. You do get the taillights molded into the body. I do love the livery on this thing, the sort of exotic vibe it gives off. It's the model and my style. Let's be clear here, this is a cool car and I love that they did it, but it was and will be a peg warmer. I'd give this a 7 out of 10. Gordon Murray Automotive T.33. No one asked for this, but we all know everyone likes it. The wheels on this thing are just perfection. Now 10 spokes would have been better for sure, but the double 5 spokes are accurate to the real car. The painted headlights are really accurate with that two-bulb pattern. They shrunk these lines down perfectly on the sides. The hood line on the front looks a bit forced if you get what I mean, but it is still accurate. We do get the black interior part as the grille in the front and out on the sides. The small white Hot Wheels logo here is cool. The black interior piece also extends to the back, which is just so good. This is how plastic and die-cast should be used. Every single thing is molded down. The base is pretty decent. Hot Wheels stopped paying attention to the base a long time ago, but they are putting in a lot of side mirrors. You also get that air vent, which is pretty nice. The Gordon Murray logo on the front is really clear, just another all-rounder from Hot Wheels. It's a 10 out of 10. This guy definitely feels underrated and I can't wait to see what a super of him looks like. Optimus Prime. Ridiculously amazing. This Gen 1 Optimus Prime deserves all the hype it got. The thing has two metal parts, all of that chrome and then the metal red front grab, which makes it really front heavy. So it's absolutely unreliable on any sort of curve or gap or track, but who cares? This is the mentality most collectors want to see more often anyway. The windshield wipers and tiny bolts molded into the metal are just the chef's kiss. These wheels, man, I really want to see them a lot more. I get that they're like truck wheels, but oh, I just love them wheels, and you get 6. These wheels do return in 2026 for the dyno. The chrome base is really nice with the face, which just looks so much more realistic than the flat Bumblebee face in 2024. The base extends to make the grille in the front. This little circle makes me think they might release a separate trailer compartment in the main line which can connect. I'd certainly like to think so. The black window piece comes out to make the black smokestacks, and the back of the cab is sadly just blank. Maybe more evidence to an upcoming trailer. You also get a white Transformers logo on the side here. This one's a 10 out of 10. We all saw that coming. McLaren W1. Let me just say, this casting was absolutely massacred. I mean, the body is really nice and accurate. The shape of it looks perfect from every angle. The base is decent considering it also makes up the front and back portions. The black dot wheels are pretty nice actually. I do enjoy the wheel choice. We can't have everything with the best wheel. That would make people hate the 10 spokes. The lines and all the vents are just perfection. The metal bodywork is excellent. I don't know how they could do it, but I do wish they did this spoiler black like the real thing. The window piece looks a bit off because there's nothing differentiating the windows from the non-windows except these lines. I wish they did it like the SF90 where the roof section was kind of frosted. Sadly, we don't get side mirrors for this. Again, so much potential wasted. The decals just left the chat. The only decal you get is the McLaren logo, which is pretty nice on the front and on the back. That's it. You're missing out on taillights or headlights for that little logo. I know which one I'd rather have. The front just looks abysmal without headlights. This thing needs its headlights, bro. It's so frustrating. So I, with a heavy heart, give this a 6 out of 10. Easy 9 if it had a bit more detail in. 96 Dodge Viper GTS. This guy is just gorgeous. That metallic blue is woo. I swear every time there's something so addictive when Hot Wheels does metallic blues and reds. The wheel choice is perfect. My general idea for a good wheel choice is 10 spokes for more modern supercars and the 5 spokes for any older supercar. Well, supercar not as in actual supercars, but more like the rough niche of Hot Wheels cars I collect. I love chrome wheels. The shape of the car is just nailed down to awesomeness with that long head. The lines on the side and even just how smooth the thing looks is spectacular. The grille and 2 circular headlights molded into the front are lovely, and we get side mirrors, which is always a plus. This thing is excellently detailed from the headlights to the taillights and the license plate. Those white stripes, man. It's kinda sad that the stripes don't fully reach down, but what more could you ask for from a mainline? This is of course a 10 out of 10. BMW 65 CSI. If you don't like this casting, I don't know what to tell you. It's gorgeous from every aspect. First off, the base. It's pretty decent if we're going by today's standards. The wheels are especially nice with those gold rims. I'm telling you, the perfect wheels for old models are the 5 spokes or the liquid 4 spokes. The paint is just immaculate. Well, anything is black is excellent. I don't know, bro, I feel like the gold just fits the casting. Plus, they did those other cars in a similar style. I love that you can clearly see the body kit on this thing. We got a chrome interior that looks black under the window piece, and that chrome comes out to make the cool front and back bars, whatever they are. Similarly, the window piece also extends to make the headlights and taillights, and the detailing molded into this piece is just insane. The metal body is really nice and forms the front grille. The front and back of this thing are just so good when you realize they have no decals. Brian put some fellow diecast designers' initials here, which I love. Most of us don't know the names of the designers of our favorite castings, so the fact this information is just on the casting itself is really cool. So surprise, surprise, it's a 1 out of 10. This model is perfect in terms of both livery and casting. Porsche 911 Turbo Cabriolet. Oh, we have this thing to talk about. You know what, I instantly get the vibe that this thing is going for, so props for that. I actually really dig the maroonish color of the metal. The wheel choice is again this retro futuristic thing, and I love that. The base is also quite nice, definitely better than some other ones this year. We do get side mirrors on this, so hooray. This Porsche looks and is a bit smaller than the regular casting. You can see the oldish aspect that they're leaning into very clearly through everything. One upside of not having decals on the sides, on top of the great clean factory fresh look, is the front and back decals you get. The metal mold is perfection from the door to the hood. Now the interior, it's definitely subjective, and I'ma be honest, I don't think it's that bad, whatever that may imply about me. Of course, I still would have preferred a lot more colors like black or even beige over this pink. The interior is pretty decently detailed. Nothing jumps out, but it doesn't feel like you're missing something either. For execution, this thing's a 10 out of 10, but that pink interior for me brings it down to a 8 out of 10. Can't wait to get other variants of this gorgeous casting. Honda VFR 750. Now the livery on this thing is not a full-on recreation, but I think the Hot Wheels one is cooler than the original. I prefer those white stripes over just a fill of color. I really like the design because red and blue are my favorite colors, and the white just fits the casting. The headlights are absolute perfection. I don't think any other color would have been better. But you know what? I want to see this window color piece. Use it more often on more licensed castings. It really feels like Hot Wheels outdid themselves, and you can actually notice that. The stand is a major reason why I like it so much. The one thing that pushes me from getting Hot Wheels bikes is their inability to stand right. This fact about the encased turnaround really annoys me. The little black plastic making the seat and handles just add to the realism, and the metal body is just fabulous. With the exhaust on the side, fuel pump on the top, and even down to the chains of the wheel. The little indicator lights that no one's gonna notice. The wheel choice is immaculate with that white rim and multi-spoke factor. There's nothing on the back which I didn't even notice until now, which definitely says something. This line in the center sure is a bit annoying, but easy 10 out of 10 from me. You cannot change my mind, but you can change yours to agree with me. Jaguar XJC V12 Coupe. So this thing is like a car counterpart to the Honda, right? Same designer, same case, same colors, same livery style, same window color. The similarities themselves are insane. Again, we get those perfect retro-like old wheels for this old car. We also got a chrome interior to match the chrome rims, and that chrome interior leads to the chrome parts in the front, back and sides. These fuel pumps at the back are the blue window piece, and you already know I love that color. You can see the window is slightly rolled down on both sides. It just looks super accurate with the molded headlights and the other fine details like the spoiler at the back and the back itself. And yes, we do get side mirrors. Absolutely mind-blowing. Anyways, my rating for this guy, you didn't guess it, is a juicy 10 out of 10. You might be thinking I'm giving too many 10s, and it's because I'm rating based on how many weak points the release didn't have, if that makes sense. I don't think I'm making sense. Peugeot 968 Hypercar. We have another long white beauty from another sort of unusual Hot Wheels car brand. First off, we get the best feel for these types of modern super slash hypercars. We get 10 spokes on this casting, and I just love these cutouts in the body. Just the entire working of this casting is so good. The headlights and taillights are the window piece. Hot Wheels is doing more and more of this, and I'm sure we all love to see it. This casting is based on the 2024 Peugeot 968 Hypercar. You can just see how much detailing this thing's missing when you put it next to the actual car. There's never going to be writing on a mainline wheel, so just forget that. Literally all of the sponsors didn't make it to the Hot Wheels. Don't get me wrong, if they were to cut back on one thing, I'd rather it be the sponsors than Peugeot's livery. If we move to the top, it's wild how much detailing we don't get. You know, this is making me feel like premiums might be worth it to collect. You get no sponsors, which leaves this weird black box that looks so out of place. I love that they did the grey dot pattern, but it is sadly missing in some places. The rear of the top is just diabolical. Definitely where this falls apart. I think it's pretty good from every angle except the top, and that does count the base because, as I said multiple times before, I don't think they could reasonably squeeze detailing onto such a low car. It feels like I'm criticizing mainline limitations and not this casting, but I just can't give this a 10. 9 out of 10 though. I really wanted to give this guy a 10, but the rear just murders this casting. Mainline limitations hit hard this time. McMurtry scaling. Just first off, we get those gorgeous, and I mean gorgeous, 10 spokes that match the color of the body. The front looks kind of weird and unfinished, but that just might be EVs. Well, maybe not. The lack of headlights does look a bit weird, I think. You know, the more I look at it, the more accurate it appears. We do not get side mirrors on here, which I'm guessing is due to the length. Interestingly, Hot Wheels put McMurtry on the front here, but that does not exist on the actual car, so I don't know what that's about. I really like how they did the air vents and how they are actual vents with cutouts in the metal of the casting. Again, with the slits in the metal revealing the tires, I love it. The side decals are Molicel on the wing, which is basically the batteries in this car. And there's also what looks to be a part of the British flag. If you didn't know, McMurtry is a British hypercar brand. Another if you didn't know, this car is the first to remain upside down while stationary. The base of the casting is not good at all. But as we all know now, low car. The back is decent, you get the essentials. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing crazy, nothing extraordinary. The lines in the metal and the paint lines in the livery are also pretty nice. I do love the metal molding quite a lot. Also, the window piece makes the aero piece appear. Let's go with 8 out of 10. Pretty good, nothing extraordinary, and not personally fond of it. I don't even know why I got it, to be honest. 1983 Porsche 928S. Another custom that really wasn't talked about much with all the Ferrari recolors around it. This Porsche is a really nice red that certain somebodies also had in 2025. I really love the little sun or moon roof, whatever you wanna call it. The interior looks so freaking good. You don't see beige often, and this guy matches the Lambo we saw all the way back in DKs. You already know I love Lambos. They made the base match colors with the metal, which you will either love or hate, and I have no clue which side I'm on. The base is pretty nice, or rather good if we go by today's standards. The window piece is a good shade, and it extends to make the back lights and the front lights. The metalwork is pretty nice with side mirrors and Porsche implemented in the back. Originally, I didn't really like the wheels, but the more I look, the more I don't mind, especially after learning this is a muscle car, and we have one of the best muscle car wheels here. This thing just screams decent in literally every aspect, like what collectors want, but nothing more. So another absolutely surprising 10 out of 10 from me. Formula One. I don't want to ramble on too much about these guys as that'll be 8 more cars to discuss. Instead, I want to talk about Mattel's execution and my opinions on it. I do not love how they did the Formula One in 2025, and that's mainly because they missed our two teams and made it incredibly hard to find the teams. The Oracle Red Bull is the only casting that I've seen only once in stock, literally ever. It's not that I went out hunting less often, I just did not see it more than once. And I'm so grateful I did see it, but a lot of people did not find any Formula Ones. Near the end of the year, the Formula One 5-pack was sort of a peg warmer, which is what I want to see. These things should not be as hard to find as they were and are. Thankfully, we are getting all teams in 2026 Hot Wheels. 5 in the main line plus, of course, the 5-pack. But I still think they can be executed better, because right now, these things are still clogging up valuable space in the Hot Wheels main line of 250 cars. Plus, we need to find 6 separate items at multiple different times of the year, which is just inconvenient if you're looking to collect the entire set. So here's what I'm thinking. Just imagine a Formula One 10-pack with every single team in one box. Now they could still release 1 or 2 in the main line, so some people can still get their hands on one without having to buy an entire multi-pack. Let me know what you think about this. Is this genius or what? Now, what we've all been waiting for, new from more than a decade ago, and more hyped than some super treasure hunts, the most coveted cars of 2025. We are of course talking about the long block. Oops, I misread that. We are of course referring to the Ferraris. Ferrari 365 GTB4 Competizione. I'm not gonna do the sort of cliche hate on these things, nor absolutely glaze them. So, they made the base match colors which I straight up don't like. I appreciate them doing something different to the other Ferraris, but it should have been a black base. The base is excellently detailed, excellent I tell you. This is how they should do bases, and oh look, it's on, no under, a pretty high riding car. The grille is the black interior which also comes out here to make the side exhaust. I love the window color, with that grey tint which also comes out to make the headlights, but it does look kinda weird without the indicator light. I love the chrome on the wheels, which is accurate, and you already know I'm a big chrome guy. The metal mold is nice with all the detailing in the back and side mirrors. I really don't like that the stripes do not cover the entire roof, and it is so hard to find specific photos online of the 64 variant of this car. Wait, 64. The 64 might be a reference to this being a 164 scale. Yo, I might have somehow called a new Easter egg. But that window color shade, man, so good. I wanna see this and that light blue shade on more windows. I'm gonna say decent 8 out of 10, maybe even 9. Ferrari F40 Competizione. Now yes, the most hyped car probably ever that I've been able to get. I just want to talk about this thing's packaging because it's so good. This is one of the best cardouts I've seen, especially those headlights. I, and all of us, love it when Hot Wheels does first edition models in their respective brands' iconic colors. These 5-spoke wheels fit the old cars perfectly, and those chrome rims, mwah, the base lacks in detail. The only thing you get is this, which is pretty cool. These louvers on the rear here are the window piece, which is another light grey tint. The back grille is so detailed with taillights, and the metalwork creates this exhaust. The wing is black on the real thing, but I think it's understandable that the Hot Wheels one is red. It still looks absolutely fabulous and very proportionally accurate. Every major line and vent is brought down to the Hot Wheels on the sides and on the front. These headlights are one of the best ever that I've seen in my one measly year of collecting. The interior is lovely detailed, no, is lovely detailed with all the engine parts you can see see under the louvers. I just love the clean look, but it is still detailed enough. Like you get 3 Ferrari logos. I think we can all agree that this is a 10 out of 10. By the way, my one and only red F40 went for a 5-meter fun drop onto a hard road, which is why it is so badly damaged. Now I'm not joking here, my heart actually stopped when I saw it just falling down when I was trying to get a pic. Ferrari SF90 Stradale. Now I'm sorry if you couldn't find this absolute masterpiece, but man is it a must-have. I'm so glad I've been able to find all 4 of the latest versions of this thing. Again, we get the classic red just like the previous 2 Ferraris. We get a really nice base with some actual details which you could spend a couple minutes mesmerizing at. I respect the wheel choice. I mean, I'm not sure if the double 5-spoke is better than the classic 10-spoke because both just fit. We get the rare treatment of side mirrors which are molded into the metal body. The lines in the body do look pretty perfect. The vents at the back here is the black interior, which is lovely. The engine itself is actually molded in here, which is always super cool. The back is nicely detailed, but there is of course no decals here, but the metal does include enough that the back isn't unbearable. The decals we do get are the same as the F40, Ferrari logos on the side and headlights in the front. The headlights aren't anything crazily good, but they are decently good. The logos are pure perfection. Just look at how clear the prancing horse is. I love how they did the roof. It's a singular window piece, but the cut between the window part and the roof part is so clean and I love it. The roof gets a more frosted look and I would love to see this approach on more new models. Certainly would have made the W1 look so much better. My rating is, drumroll please, a 10 out of 10. We all absolutely saw this coming. So what are my top 3? First off, honorable mentions to the cool cars that didn't make it to my collection for now. The Renault F1 Espace. I do like it, but those headlights just look hella ugly, even if accurate. Alfa Romeo Giulia TI Super. Really an awesome casting, well above average. Do like it. Just not my style. Lotus Cortina. The wheel choice and the lack of headlights is pretty sad. I'd say below average, but the color choice is fabulous and it pairs well with the Alfa Romeo. Now for my top 3, trust me on this. Third is the Kick Cart, second is the Max Steel, and first is the Crescendo. And I didn't even manage to find these guys because how rare they are. Anyways, if you enjoyed this fat video, check out more like it. Well, I eventually make more.